Earl Grey, bitches. What is up, all? HAARP, Husks. This album came out in 2012 on Housecore Records. HAARP are a four-piece from Nolans, and they play a mixture of doom metal, sludge metal, and death metal. And this is another record in 2012 that I have really been looking forward to. I fell in love with their 2010 release entitled The Filth. Whenever I'm in a mood for doom, it is always my go-to record. And I'm like, what about that Filth record? What about that Filth record? And it always soothes my appetite. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It's got death metal, sludge metal, and doom metal combined, and it's some of the filthiest doom metal that really brings a breath of fresh air into doom metal I've heard in a long time. And this album, along with The Filth, this album included. And if you haven't heard these guys, here's the short history of the band. Drummer and vocalist are both from the grindcore act Rat in a Bucket, and the guitarist is from the black metal band De Capa Preta, and the bassist from a band called Milquetoast. And when listening to these guys, you can hear both of these influences, the grindcore and the black metal influence, and they're almost battling with each other without even touching either genre. It's like they're trying so hard to not be grindcore or black metal and just to stay mid-range. And it's this frustrated build-up that really sets these guys apart from anyone else in the genre. This is definitely a band I feel should be looked at as an outsider, not a band that just falls into the clump of things. The drummer is always throwing in a rotating variety of fills that adds so much to the sound. It makes it sound so violent sounding when combined with the vocals that are so very harsh. On the internet, I've been doing a little research, and some guys say it hardcore vocals, but they were darker, which is true, but I would say they're closer to a death metal or a grindcore vocal over top of this doom act, and it really adds to the violent nature of HAARP sound. That, plus the drums, plus the bassist that plays this really rubbery, crusty, bottomed out bass, and the guitarist that does amazing, very memorable riffs all throughout this record. But it's this battle, this fight to stay mid-tempo that really just gives me this unsettling feeling, which is why I really like this band, love this band. And I was a bit skeptical when I did get this record because the tracks are so long, and sometimes when you pick up a doom record where tracks are 15 minutes in length, I'm disappointed when there is just a lot of filler within those tracks, and I get bored rather quickly. And that is just not the case at all with HAARP's Husk. The opening track is entitled Dead Man / Rabbit, and immediately there is that struggle to stay mid-range, or this battle to stay mid-range. You can feel this frustrated build-up of just monstrous, macabre doom riffs. Drums feeding us an ever-changing variety of fills and crashes that, like I mentioned before, makes this sound so fucking violent sounding, even for being just so mid-tempo, without utilizing speed as its main course. But at the 5-minute and 20-second mark of this opening track, Dead Man / Rabbit, these waves of just crushing grooves begin to roll in, and every time I listen to this track, I wait for this patiently. The sound of these riffs just stomping the fuck out of these frustrated doom riffs is such a payoff, and it just screams, fuck you, destroy! And like I mentioned before, I'm always skeptical when a track is like this one that is 17 minutes and 43 seconds long. But this ride doesn't disappoint in the least. And I'm not so sure what the theme of this record is. The opening track is entitled Dead Man / Rabbit. The second track is entitled Bear, and the third track is entitled Fox. And there's definitely a wildlife theme going on, a backwoods type theme going on. But until I get an official LP where I can read the lyrics and find out what's going on within these lyrics and what these songs are actually about, I can only use my imagination. And I really love the artwork on the cover of this record. As you can see, it's just a lone tree, which looks like it's in a dried up swamp, and it's the only surviving tree anywhere in this blue night sky, which actually looks beautiful for something that is so ugly sounding like HAARP's Husks. And the overall feel of listening to this record, the best visual I can give you is just falling into an ocean of sewage and mud and slowly just falling to the bottom over time, and just the mud entering every hole in your body and filling in every crevice. Truly, truly dense, macabre, crushing, and ugly doom record, and I highly recommend you guys peeping this album out. Check out the description box below where I'll have links to tracks from this album so you can listen to it and form your own opinion about it. It's HAARP, Husks, and it came out in 2012 on Housecore Records. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see y'all next time.